And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Always helping you win in any marketplace. Of course, we help you on the real estate side, and we've got 80 different categories, over 40 different show partners here, ranging from CPAs, doctors, financial advisors, tech experts, home remodeling, construction. So many different ways we help you here, white and blue collar, lots of different attorneys as well with different specializations. So reach out to the show. We'd love to connect with you and help you in your daily life and things happening in your business, your finances. It's all about consumer advocacy here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. We greatly appreciate everybody that supports the program. And we got Nick Shriver back in studio with us, decorating Elves, joining us back in studio here. Also, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy up next, too. He's our Second Amendment expert contributor as well, coming up on the program. And we'll get into some local real estate stats. I also have some IRS warnings against scams, kind of going in with the whole theme of being that consumer advocate, kind of a what to look out for type thing here. So we've got IRS warns against some of these scams and other things happening in Tampa Bay. We're going to go over some local real estate stats. I think we'll look at Pasco County. We normally focus on Hillsborough and Pinellas, but I got the latest stats here for Pasco County on the real estate side, let you know what's happening with absorption rate, month supply of inventory, and all that good stuff. So coming up here on the program, a couple of hot listings. We always like to feature our real estate properties live on air. The strategy works. It helps us sell our listings faster for more money with less headaches. We have one of the highest list price to sell price ratios in all of Tampa Bay. And maximum exposure leads to maximum profits with a shorter marketing period right here in beautiful Tampa Bay and the entire Gulf Coast region of Florida. 12 years on air now as well with the show. So a lot of good milestones that we're hitting. Breaking records on YouTube as well. We are up 700% from Q4 to Q1. So a lot of good things happening around the program here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Greatly appreciate everybody supporting the show and all of our producers. All right, a couple of hot listings. We always like to feature our properties. 221 Howard Drive, beautiful listing. This is a $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team, compliments of Aaron on our team. It's a $2.5 million listing. Gorgeous luxury property. Anything that's categorized luxury, which is typically around $1 million or more, we're getting maximum exposure there, not only on our talk show, but also the DuPont Registry, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, all the different Rob Report. You'll see it out there in a lot of different places. This one on 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air Beach, is 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,500 square foot, single family home. It's a gorgeous 3-island kitchen, Thermador appliances. You have a saltwater pool, 100 feet of water frontage, deep water access, and historic Howard Drive boasts one of the highest land elevations in the area. And it's also 1 block, 2 beach access, where you have access to the beaches, where you can see the dolphin-filled waters, sugar sand beaches of beautiful Pinellas County. 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air Beach, Florida. Beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 3308 Landing Place. I love this property as well. It's in Palm Harbor. This is in Cobb's Landing. Another beautiful listing, just under $1 million here. This one has access to Lake Tarpon, which, by the way, is the largest lake in all of Tampa Bay and in Central Florida. It's definitely up there in the top 4 or 5. 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, Florida. 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, 3,000 square feet, over a third of an acre of land at this beautiful listing. You have a ground level master, private pool, outdoor entertainment area, and you have a private marina. Now, this entire community has lots of boat slips and a boat ramp where you can back the boat down and go on out fishing for the day, or take the family over to the Tarpon Turtle and restaurants on the lake. Gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, playground, and scenic walking trails. 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, Florida. Beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPteam.com. That's right. Yep. Shout out to our troops out there, all of our veterans as well. Greatly appreciate you. We love you. Thanks for doing what you're doing. Quick shout out to our friend Lee over at Lee's Royal Services. He does a great job. He's got a great team there cleaning our real estate properties. Home and office cleaning, leesroyalservices.com. Also got a handyman service there, leesroyalservices.com for the interior of your home. On the exterior of the property, reach out to our friend Ramin. He's the owner there at Heights Soft Wash, and he does a great job here in Tampa Bay cleaning our residential and commercial properties. When's the last time you did some spring cleaning there on some of your real estate? You might want to give them a call. HeightsSoftWash.com, taking clean to new heights. All right, we got our friend Nick Shriver back in studio with us, and thanks for coming in and tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world, man.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Thanks for having me, and welcome, listeners. How you guys doing out there? It's good to be here in studio. And, man, I was looking at some of those photos of those real estate listings up on the screen. They're absolutely gorgeous. Two of those properties were just stunning.
Appreciate it.
I wish I had the ability to move into them because they were very, very nice. And I know those areas. I do a lot of projects in those areas. So whoever is the lucky new owner, hopefully you're listening. And when you're ready for some amazing lighting, we are definitely here to help you. So hopefully you guys are paying attention to that. You asked, man, what I've been up to. Well, obviously, we're summer is well underway. Obviously, we're trying to stay cool out there in the heat, stay dry in the afternoons. So those are the things that we're doing immediately. But decorating Elves is always busy. You know, everybody knows us for the Christmas lighting and our outdoor lighting and everything that we do. And something that we've been up to behind the scenes and we've been working on a lot in the last year that we've announced, but we're going to go ahead and make everyone aware if they're not already aware of it. And that is Marvelux Lighting. It is a brand, a division of Decorating Elves. And what we've done is we've taken our outdoor lighting specific service. We've really focused on a design-centric service. And we've brought that, we've packaged that, and we've labeled that under one brand, which is Marvelux Lighting. And what we do at Marvelux Lighting is we like to bring outdoor lighting to outdoor spaces and create outdoor rooms from that. So we will help take your outdoor space and turn it into an outdoor room with lighting. And so we look at your outdoor, your lanais, your cooking areas, your barbecues, your sitting areas, your docks, your decks, your pool areas, all of those things in the backyard. And we just help make them their own room, make them so that they're livable, they're enjoyable, they're part of your space that you use on a regular basis. We go out to the front, and we like to make sure that you are beautiful from the street so that when you pull in, you understand that it is a beautiful castle and you absolutely love what you pull up to. So those are some of the things that we're constantly working on and developing. We like to do this in what we call a design-centric manner, so we're going to really focus on making sure that the lighting's done well, that it looks good, and that it's designed well. And sometimes I've been accused of over-designing, and that's okay because we can always scale to what the tastes are of the user and what the tastes are of those that are enjoying it from the opportunity to see everything that's available. So that's kind of what we're doing on the outdoor lighting front. With Decorating Elves, I mean, we're still working on what we're getting. We're kind of right now in a resting pattern, and in a few months we're going to really start to pick up pace. And like always, Decorating Elves is here to help you avoid the holiday hassle. And we get a little later into summer, and we'll really start focusing on that, start honing that stuff in, and really start dialing that stuff in. So that's kind of what we've been up to as a whole.
Yeah, and your busy time is the holiday season. That's when you're really out there rocking and rolling, right?
It seems like I am busy all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just being a dad or running, 2 brands or managing some properties or just participating in the local community. But, yeah, the busiest time of year is in Q4.
Yeah.
But, I'm blessed to have a lot of things that are really great in my life. And so I just try to continue to keep up with it and just try to keep going.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Let's talk about some real estate stats. People, that's what people really like about our show here is that, we're based in Tampa Bay. We support the local economy, supporting local business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies here. But we do like to talk about the real estate stats as well. So let's look at Pasco County. This is Pasco County, the latest stats from the MLS board. You have currently, right now, when you look at Pasco County, 4,541 active listings. Out of those, you had 1,363 sold. That gives us a 30% absorption rate, meaning how quickly the properties are being absorbed off the marketplace. No. And if you divide that out, it gives us a 3.3 months supply of inventory. So contrary to popular belief out there, it's still a seller's market in Pasco County. It's kind of interesting to see, and I think that may be attributed to the trend of people moving from more populated counties, Pinellas County, for example, and some other counties, or just maybe out of Southwest Florida from the hurricanes. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see Pasco County still. Now, we are trending towards a balanced market, and I think a balanced market is a good thing. I mean, it's an equal playing field for both sides. Do you have many real estate conversations out there, Nick, with your audience and folks in your business?
We're always talking real estate because at the end of the day, I mean, that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on. So, I mean, we're not necessarily talking buying and selling, but we're always talking about value. And one of the things that we always talk about is how we do a value add with lighting. But I was going to ask you, you said 30% in Pasco. I mean, is that a good number? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is that a concern? Or is it just kind of the trend there?
Yeah, not necessarily bad or good. It's it's kind of balanced. Right now it's balanced. What I would consider bad, a lot of people would consider bad, was remember March of 22 when it was gangbusters, right? Yeah, that's bad because now you have people buying properties sight unseen, sellers just pricing properties super high, knowing that they can get offers. So it's just not a fair playing field. I kind of like to have things fair and just. And when you have a balanced market, that's when you have equal, theoretically, you have equal playing field on each side. Buyers and sellers have the same leverage, in a sense, in terms of negotiation.
So in 90 days, you said it was like 90 days. So if I was to sell my house in Pasco County today, it would be like 90 days on average before I closed on it. Is that the understanding?
That's 3.3 months supply of inventory. So that's the average home out there, how quickly it takes to sell. Okay. So that's 3.3 months supply of inventory. Actually, let me rephrase that.
So it's like 110 days or something like that.
For all the current inventory, if no new listings came on the market, it would all sell out in 90 days, 3.3 months.
Got it.
But yeah, we can do demographic search for what you're getting at. Is like, hey, my home's at 550,000. But so we can run the numbers based on that market alone and see how quickly that the properties are selling at that price point.
Yeah, that's obviously a good news. From what I understand, and from some of our marketing pieces, I hear that Wesley Chapel is a very, very up and coming, very strong, strong residential market. There's a lot of higher income individuals that are in that market. That market is continuing to grow.
Yeah, more bang for your buck the further north you go.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, the more bang for your buck, and then you also have the influx from out of state. If you look at what happened over the last week or so with New York and that potential for a radical mayor in New York City. Hey, people are already talking about, you're hearing
continuing
some of the
to
celebrity
move to this area.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So like, what's the guy's name? Ryan Serhant or whatever, celebrity, he's on some of these shows. He's a celebrity realtor. He said he's getting calls like, cancel the deal. Like there's deals in process. Can you imagine that in New York real estate? Yeah. Like nothing's less than $1 million, right? So he's getting calls saying, cancel the deal. We don't want to go through with this. We're going to wait and see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you fall into, as realtors, as commission salespeople, we hate to hear that. Let's wait and see, because we went through that with the election.
Nobody's going to wait. It just means that's an excuse for we're not doing something.
Yeah, that's an excuse for taking off.
Come on, we all know that.
Give me my escrow money back.
Anybody that's been in home improvement or in real estate or in sales, that wait and see means we're not doing it.
Yeah, that means you probably have maybe a 10% chance of winning that deal still.
Yeah, and that's super unfortunate. I mean, it's St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater, the whole greater Tampa Bay area. I mean, it is an amazing growth pattern right now. Like, we are so fortunate to be living in this metro market. It's such a great market. The traffic isn't becoming great. That's a little bit of frustrating part that is starting to get a lot worse. But I mean, you just somebody have like Kathy Woods of ARK Investing, who came in a couple of years ago, and she's a brilliant mind, and she brought all of that talent with her. In the financial services industry. And then there's tons and tons of other businesses that are in those same services that are just bringing intellectual capital.
Yeah.
They're bringing talent. They're bringing smart people. They're bringing them right here.
Tech
to
jobs.
This, yeah. They're bringing them to this area. And the youth and a lot of the generational talent is coming with them.
Yes.
Which means this area is just continuing to grow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's
in the
it's
right way, I
amazing.
think. Controlled growth to a sense.
Yeah.
It was a little out of control back then, but have you ever been on a Disney cruise?
No, not Disney, but on several with Carnival and others.
That leads us to our feel-good story coming up. We got to take a quick break, but Dad jumps in. So feel-good story of the day, if you haven't heard about this story yet, and I've been on a Disney cruise. We went on to the Mediterranean back in the day. But Dad jumps in to save daughter who fell overboard from Disney cruise ship near Fort Lauderdale. So there's our feel-good story of the day coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More with Nick Shriver as well, decorating Elves, and Marvelux lighting here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleanings, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com.
Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rhymes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, a couple of hot listings, and then we'll jump right into our feel-good story of the day. We've got Nick Shriver in studio with us, decorating Elves, and Marvelux lighting here on the program. Before we do, a couple of hot listings. You know, we always feature our properties on air. Strategy Works helps us sell faster for more money. We got a commercial property here at 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey. Great opportunity to move your business, maybe especially if you're renting. If you're a business owner and you're renting, you're literally lighting money on fire every month. We've got 100% financing options through our partnership with Andrew QB, U.S. Commercial Business Capital. But this one's 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey. 2337 square feet, over acre of land, new roof installed, ADA compliant entrance and bathroom. Great opportunity to buy real estate in Newport Richey, Florida. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, here's our feel-good story of the day. Dad jumps in to save daughter who fell overboard from Disney cruise ship near Fort Lauderdale. A dramatic rescue unfolded aboard a Disney Dream Cruise on Sunday when a young girl fell overboard to Fort Lauderdale during the final leg of Bohemian Cruise. Her father immediately jumped in, and I would think no hesitation, right? I mean, you see that happening, you're jumping in, treading water for over 10 minutes until both were rescued. Passengers praised the father's heroic actions and the crew's swift response, which included sounding an emergency alarm, slowing the ship, and deploying rescue boats. Social media videos showed the emotional rescue, the crowd cheering as the pair were safely brought back aboard. Disney Cruise issued a statement commending their crew, effective response, and the incident raised questions about how the child fell. As the decks are equipped with plexiglass safety barriers. Yeah, that's what my question is, because I've been on those cruises. Not easy to fall off a cruise ship, is it, Nick?
I've never fallen off one, so
no, I wouldn't think. And you know what you hear too? Like I've heard stories too, guys jumping off or being silly. If you go down too hard, like you're going to get sucked into the engine, and you're going to get spit out like what do they call, like a salad shooter or something over there. The engine.
All I got to say is thank God both of those people were safe and that they got back on the boat and everything was good. That's a feel-good story for sure, but it's super scary.
Yeah.
We've been on a cruise. We took one on my daughter's actually in studio with me right here, and we did one over spring break. And we were all like, you touch the ledge, you look over just a little bit, and then you kind of step back onto the boat. You're like, all right, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always a question of how you get on the other side of that rail.
Jeez, how did you fall off?
Who knows?
Playing around, climbing up there, balancing.
But, I mean, the love of dads for their daughters is, like, immeasurable. So,
yeah.
It's really an amazing story. Like, it sounds like he didn't even hesitate. He just was like, oh, my gosh, what happened? And then went to save her, didn't even, process what the outcomes might have been.
Well, here's a question. Could you tread water for 10 minutes?
Well,
Can the average person tread water for 10 minutes?
I doubt the average person could, but I could do it for an hour if it was between life and death.
That's your adrenaline kicking in.
Well,
that's that people turning over the cars that had the accident, right? That's the human adrenaline.
When I was a kid at the pool and swim lessons and lifeguard training and all that, they teach you how to float. They teach you how to do all that dead man float and how to do all those things.
Yep.
So like all that stuff would like come back.
Yes.
Right. You take your shoes off. You do all these things, so you don't get weighted down.
Yep.
And then you have to tune out what might be living in that water.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune that out and just make sure that they see you.
Yeah. Yeah, so, that's right. Go straight to your back. That's the best.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Take the last minute. Talk about decorating Elves and Marvelux lighting.
So Marvelux landscape lighting. We're here to take care of your residential property, your commercial property. We can schedule site visits. We do walkthroughs on all of that. And outdoor lighting, the biggest benefits you get: beautification, safety, usability, security, and value. And those are all the 5 things. And let's hire professionals out there to do what we're doing and not rely on some other type of home service professional to just go ahead and do something or throw something else in.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, and supporting the local economy, I think that's such a big key element of this show. 12 years on air now, and it's all about, supporting the local economy. It really makes our day when we get those phone calls, listing their houses with us, refinancing, supporting our show partners. 813-917-1894. That's the number to call, 813-917-1894. And you can find Nick and his company online, decoratingelves.com. decoratingelves.com, also on our website at consumerqb.com. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you for having me. And I hope everybody has big plans coming up, celebrating Independence Weekend, which was right around the corner. And, enjoy your summer, man. Get out and enjoy it.
Celebrating the best country on the planet. All right. Hey, another great episode there. Coming up, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. He's our Second Amendment expert contributor in studio with us. Coming up here, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for spending some time with us here on the Quarterback Show. We've got Thomas King in studio. He is our Second Amendment expert contributor, all things related to the Second Amendment and classes. Got some great classes we're going to talk about. It's got some sales coming up. And also we'll touch on a little bit about, hurricane prep, like what happens if a worst case scenario plays out and you literally do not have access to fire, medical, police, flooded out. Like those situations can occur. I've seen it happen in New Orleans and heard a lot of stories from friends out there several years back. But coming up, Thomas King here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings. We like to feature our properties on air. These are our real estate listings. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty here. We got a property at 1210 Paradise. This one is a single-family home close to Lake Tarpon, and it's a beautiful home. You got a pool in the back, spa. You have lighter color kitchen cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, fireplace in the kitchen or in the living room. There, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, 2274 square feet, 1210 Paradise Lake Drive, Tarpon Springs. Another one of our beautiful real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 10431 Southeast 127th Lane. This one's in Bellevue, Florida, so a little further north. You get more access to those rural areas, more bang for your buck up there. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,680 square feet, and you have an opportunity to bring all of your toys. You got, Hondas, 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers, we used to call them. Great opportunity to buy real estate. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's right. Shout out to our troops out there, all of our veterans. We appreciate you. We support you. And by the way, Florida Firearms Academy, start off with the veteran theme, Thomas. You guys do a lot for the veterans and with the veterans over at Florida Firearms Academy.
Absolutely. We collect so many supplies for the veterans, and Sharon Edwards at Life is a Donation always picks them all up, takes them over to the veterans. We bought a tiny home for our veterans. There's houses out there now that you can donate to and give them all the supplies they need. So make sure you're always taking care of your veterans.
Yeah, absolutely. The veterans, and this, especially this time of year, Independence Day, best country on the planet, and we are blessed to be here.
It's a very patriotic month for us. Don't forget, ladies, this July is also Buy Your Husband an AR-15 month, so make sure you get out there and get them something that they can use that they'll actually like. I'm going to go over today about a little bit about some of the free courses we offer, and this is 100% free. You can come in with a dime and leave with a dime, so this is all 100% free. One of them is our kids safety course. We offer this once a month. It's usually on the 3rd Sunday of the month. It is 100% free. We cover the ammo, the firearm, the target, the range fee, the eyes and ear protection. There's the instructor and the certificate. This is basically teaching a kid how to shoot, but it's also going over the basic fundamentals of if you come across a house and you find a firearm, what do you do? And that's how most kids get hurt. So we go over all the safety features in that. We also offer something for you, Brandon. We also offer the real estate protection program. So we go over, we talk about, you guys are vulnerable. You go into a house that with a stranger you don't know. You got to know what you need to do and how you need to protect yourself. We have all kinds of apps that help you protect yourself. A home invasion is a big one for us. A lot of people in our community, we offer this course, or they come in and they take this course. What do you do? If you have a plan if someone breaks into your house? And the newest one we have is the basic pistol course for the deaf. This is 100% free, comes with everything, ammo, fire, everything, because we believe that you should have a chance to protect yourself. Usually people offer this at a stupid amount. We have a sign languager for ASL, so they're going to be able to actually communicate you with about a firearm. And another one is a big one, is prepping. And this is like when it does hit the fan, this is what you need to know. It's great information. It's a couple-hour course, but most of these courses are a couple hours course. But also, we also offer 40 different types of firearm training classes. That's with 20 different firearm training instructors there. We start you out from basically level 1 or basic pistol, and it doesn't matter if it's pistol, rifle, or shotgun. We also cover that. But we're going to go over a lot of things: move and shoot, multiple targets, mandatory reloads, malfunction drills, low light, room clearing, kicking in barricades, so many different things. And we take you from level 1 all the way to Grandmaster. So that's as high as you can go. We are going to make sure that you're going to draw out a firearm, shoot 4 shots, center mass in under 1 second. And we have some of the best instructors there that we have. People from SWAT, military, law enforcement, FBI, ATF. These instructors are the highest class instructors. We want to keep it at an affordable price. I mean, it starts out at like $55. Most courses are about $55 a course. Some celebrities, they're charging $3,000 a course of things that we cover, but we go over in great detail. Wow. We make it fun, but very educational.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I love it. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, FFAtampa.com. Everything from kids to grandmas, he's helping you out. Also, realtors. It's interesting you mentioned realtors today because I've got the Realtor magazine here. Check this out. Agents warned after open house incidents. A man posing as a buyer at Tampa area open houses is accused of touching agents' feet, prompting a safety alert for police warning to stay vigilant. And here's the quote. He looked around the house, asked questions, asked me to show him the backyard. So I show him the backyard. Then he proceeded to tell me I had an ant on my foot. I started hopping around trying to figure out where the ant was. So that's his MO there. He wants to touch your feet,
When
Thomas.
he touched your foot, did he go tickle, tickle, tickle?
Yeah, right.
Well, is that a sickness? Right? Is that some kind of sickness or what is that?
I think it is. There's foot fetish stuff out there. I didn't read the whole article,
something like that.
I just thought. And by the way, there's an app called that realtors have, and I imagine other people have access to it. It's called Forewarn. You get it free, and you can plug their phone number in, and it tells you everything about them.
We give about 4 different apps that you can download, so people will know exactly where you are. You just hit one button to let them know something's up. We go over so many things about Wi-Fi, about how do you let someone know. One of the big things is you can do a live stream. Say, hey, if you're really uncomfortable with this, you mind if I do a live stream so they see at the office and other people are learning from me? So now they feel like they're on camera and they can't do anything. There's been so many incidences where people are waiting in the closet for you, or you have people that hang out in the house and you scare them coming in because they're not expecting you. They're squatters.
Yes.
And they think that they're going to be kicked out, so they take you or hurt you. So there's so much we talk about and what they do and how do you need to prevent that. So of course a force multiplier helps, but if you're not into firearms, we have many other things that stop the threat.
Yeah, anytime you walk into a home, especially if it's a vacant home or something that you suspect, you want to knock and you want to announce. Realtor, real estate, announce yourself as you're coming in. But yeah, that's great. So I love the classes. I love the courses. You also have a lot of events. By the way, if you're not following Thomas King on social media, follow Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. I've seen over the years him giving away all these awesome prizes and guns and pistols and as you mentioned, the rifles earlier. Check him out online, FFAtampa.com, and subscribe to his Facebook there, Florida Guns, Facebook.com/Florida Guns.
Yes, and you know what? We do give away stuff. Last week, we gave away a 6-hour, it's like a $1,400 package, a case of ammo, a $450 gift set. It was all if you brought in toiletries for the homeless. You can go to the dollar store, buy some toothpaste, toothbrush, and a bag of toilet. Cost you $3. And this one lady just won the whole package. So we have another one coming up, and that is for Christmas in July for the kids. So you just bring in an unwrapped toy. We're going to give you a ticket. We're going to do the live drawing. It's going to be on something really cool. Our last party, we just gave away $50,000 in firearms, ammo, free food. Everything was so much fun, and we donated all the money to the church. This past week, I just got back from the FBI National Conference here. All these agents flew in. There was Pam Bondi there. We had Cash Patel give his speech. Mayor Castor was there. All these cool people. They came in, and then one big thing they talked about was one of the biggest problems going on is sextortion. Have you guys heard of this?
Oh, yeah.
Sex store. So, we're Gen X. So we think when our kids are in our home and we have the door locked and they're in bed, they're safe. But now they're coming in through your phones. And the worst part about it is these kids are committing suicide because what they're doing is they're getting a picture of them. It's new. They say, hey, if you don't give me $2,500, I'm going to send this out to your entire school, your family, your church, or whatever. And they do. They really do it. And the kids are so mortified that this happened that they kill themselves. So,
it's terrible. I've heard about that.
Thing.
Yeah, and it actually happened right here at Eastlake a couple years ago, the one that I'm aware of. But Speaking of FBI, I heard Kash Patel. It was such an interesting interview with Rogan, and he was talking about they found Fauci's phone. So everybody's talking about the origins. Yeah, talking about the origins of the virus and all of that. But they found his phone. There's no finalization yet, but yeah, they did find his phone, so they're going to be scrubbing that and all that good stuff. But you're an honorary member of the FBI.
Well, no, they actually appointed me, voted to be on the board. So nice. I'm on the FBI Tampa CAAA board. So right here in Tampa, it's actually not close, not far from here. I can't tell you where, but it's a beautiful place. So
that's cool, man.
So I just wanted to do the things that I can for our community, and I always help out. So with our mayors, our city councilors, our governor, our commissioners here, so I try to work together with everyone for the line of work that I own a range store and academy, so I want to make sure that when people come in, they're going to get the education they need, or if they want to just learn competition in the sport of shooting and the love of shooting, like it's been in our Olympics for over a century, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I love that. And, by the way, you may need it one day, may come to that. I mean, I remember one show, Thomas, you talked about all of the examples where the government took away the right to own and bear arms, and then immediately thereafter, within a short period of time, can you summarize that? I know you don't have it fresh on your mind, but there's multiple examples of government taking away your rights to own, and then the next thing you know, they're rounding you up.
Every communist or socialist country basically has done that, and then there was mass genocide. And you can go back in history, and it's scary to me that people don't follow or believe that history repeats itself, because it happens over and over and over again. And that's why, like right now in many countries, they are slaughtering many Christians because they don't have the Second Amendment. They can't fight for themselves. They don't even have the freedom of speech over there.
That's right.
And right here, what we have is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom, the Second Amendment, to protect yourself, to have a firearm, the right to bear arms. That's why we don't have problems with mass genocide and killing someone just because of their religion. Now, 4th of July is coming up. It's a very patriotic time, and there are sleeper cells out there. So that coming up, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I'm just saying there could be possible terrorist attack. All you have to do is be prepared. And when you're prepared, you're not going to worry about your family. You're not going to know exactly what to do. If you take our free courses or actually have real firearm training, you're not going to have to worry anymore. You're going to be able to protect your family and your friends.
By the way, kind of a PSA, public service deal is, aren't there every year around this time or even New Year's, certain people that will shoot a gun straight up in the air, celebrate it, whatever it is, and those bullets have to land somewhere. I remember hearing a story, I think it was maybe even St. Pete, where somebody got hit, right?
Every year I say, don't shoot your fire off for 4th of July because, that bullet does come down and it can kill someone, and it will be traced back to you. These people are smart. They know exactly how to do the forensics on it, and they're going to come after you. Is that worth you shooting off a round just to make a little bit of noise? Absolutely not. People used to shoot at the hurricanes. Now, I say absolutely go ahead, and if we had 10 billion people do it, it'll probably turn. No, you can't do that. But don't shoot at the hurricanes.
No.
Don't shoot your firearm. It's a discharge out there. You're going to go to jail. Even if it doesn't hit someone, you're going to go to jail for it. So it's not worth it. You can come to my range. If you're a member, you get to shoot for free, and if not, it's going to cost you $19.99 unlimited shooting time.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, FFAtampa.com. And Thomas, I imagine there's a lot of scams around the gun business and related into those categories, but IRS also warns about scams. There's fake charities out there. They're asking for money. There's social media influencers. You had mentioned the one earlier. Email phishing scams and fake employees, sketchy credits, these different scams. But there's a whole page there. If you have interest in that article, we can send that to you. But do you see, certain scams, or what's a good public service announcement there?
So the biggest scams right now is sextortion, getting into the kids right now. If you're doing, there's so many charities out there that ask you for money. You find out by law, if you ask, how much of this goes to this portion of the charity? And if they say 10 or 20%, well, where does the rest go? Well, it goes to the CEO, and they're lining their fat pockets with this, and it's all just a money-making deal. Just even if it's for the kid's brain cancer, well, how much goes to that? 6%. Well, believe it or not, they're making millions of dollars lining their own pockets. When we do charity events, 100% goes to that. So even when you go to somewhere, let's say your grocery shop, and they say, hey, would you like to give $3 or $1 to the blah, blah, blah? You go, well, who gets the credit for that? You? Because now you just bought their product. You're giving them money for a charity. Now they're going to use that money as a write-off, and they're going to get the credit for it. So, where's the win in that? And they only give a certain portion of it, and ask them every time, how much does that go to the charity? Most of them don't even know.
Yeah, exactly, and they might even lie to you. You got to really verify it. There's third-party websites that will verify that. All right, quick break, right back. More with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes1, at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our channel, the YouTube and Rumble channels, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Blue Moon Estate Sales of Pinellas County for all of your estate sale needs. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. Reach out to Jennifer. Tell her you heard about her here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. And stop by their store, the Blue Moon Store, at 1479 South Belcher in Largo. 1479 South Belcher in Largo. And that's BlueMoonEstateSales.com. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, we appreciate you spending some time with us here, hanging with us on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got Thomas King in studio with us, Florida Firearms Academy, online at ffatampa.com. 7991 Lake James, another one of our real estate listings, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. This one's Lake James Boulevard, Lakeland, Florida. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-car garage, 1,890 square feet. You have lots of amenities here, heated pool, fitness center, clubhouse, and a lot of good stuff there. Beautiful property, lighter color, granite in the kitchen and the cabinets, stainless steel appliances. Beautiful property, 7991 Lake James Boulevard, Lakeland, Florida. And another listing, I love this listing at 3308 Landing Place. We got open houses going on this one, and this is a beautiful property. This is in Palm Harbor, Cobb's Landing. 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, 3,000 plus square feet, over a third of an acre lot. And you have private marina with boat slips, and ramp to Lake Tarpon. Thomas, you've been out on Lake Tarpon with us before.
Beautiful.
What do you think about that area, man?
You know, I think it's kind of a close-knit neighborhood where everyone's friends out there.
Yeah, it's such a cool place. And you know, that Florida lifestyle is what you're buying when you buy real estate in Florida. You're buying that lifestyle. You have access to the lake. By the way, Lake Tarpon is one of the largest lakes in Central Florida, 2,500 acres. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Do you catch all your meals every night in the backyard?
Oh, yeah. All fresh from Lake Tarpon.
Gator meat every night?
Yeah, right. So we're talking with Thomas King here, Florida Firearms Academy. Christmas in July, you got classes going on, you got sales, and also we wanted to touch a little bit on, hurricane prep. What happens when the power goes out? What happens when your cell phones go out? Can you talk a little bit about that and what you think?
Yeah, so if you just moved to Florida and you don't understand what hurricanes do, we recently just had 2 of them hit our area here. A lot of them. All our churches were devastated. Our neighbors were devastated. You have to move out. Once that water comes into your home, you can't live there anymore. You have to wait till it's all done. You're going to get sick if not. So what you need to do is have all your information in a bag, a Ziploc bag. Basically what we have is bug out bags. When we do home invasions or when it hits the fan.
Yep.
I was going to sneeze.
There you go. You got to sneeze there.
So you're gonna, excuse me. So you have to have some type of all your medications, all your prescriptions, anything extra. Have that on file too. Put it in a Ziploc bag. Have a location where you're gonna meet your family. Your family all knows this because if the grid goes down, the cell phones go down. You can't call, and if your wife's at work or husband or kids are at school and it comes through or a tornado, you gotta know where to meet because a lot of the roads may be closed down. So say we're gonna meet at this location. If this location is devastated, we're going to meet at this location. So check out, find out. Having a satellite phone is so crucial.
Yeah.
I mean, communication is crucial. Imagine throwing your cell phone away and you need it in an emergency. Your cell phone is not going to work. So you got to have some type of a satellite phone. Make sure you have pictures of your loved ones so you can hang these pictures, make copies of them. There's so much stuff that we go over in our prepping class, and prepping's not a joke. I mean, people go, oh, you're a prepper, you're a freak. Believe it or not, the government preps. They prep all the time. They have underground bunkers. They have food stacked for centuries. I mean, they know what they're doing because they are prepared. And when you are prepared, you're not scared of anything anymore.
Right, yeah. You got contingency plans and a plan A, plan B, plan C. You got all those plans. By the way, satellitephonestore.com, sat123.com/REQB. That's Satellite Phone Store. They're right here on the west coast of Florida, just south of us as well. Sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback. But yeah, you got to have those satellite phones. You got to have your guns, your ammo.
You're done. You know what? During this course that actually happened, this hurricane, roofers came out and said, "Hey, look, we're booked up. We will help you with your roof. Give us $5,000 now. We'll come out this week. We'll get it done. And if you don't lock it in right now, we're not going to come out for a year." It was all a scam. These people are scam. This brings out the evil in people.
It does.
They're going to come in your home. They're going to raid it. They're going to take whatever they want, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it if you don't have a plan. If you don't know how to defend your family, you as a parent, your number one job is to protect your family and your kids, right? So make sure you are the first responder. You cannot wait for emergency to show up, especially in a situation like a hurricane or an EMP or anything like that. So make sure that you are prepared and you're going to be safe.
What do you think about some of these non-lethal type guns? I keep hearing different spokespeople
they're fantastic.
Talking about. Are they good?
They're fantastic for a situation to where you can't have the ability to take a life. So if someone's breaking into my home and they are putting my family or kids at threat, I'm not going to have a problem because it's even David and Goliath. David kicked Goliath's butt. So they changed it in the Bible, believe it or not. They said, "Thou shalt not kill." Now, no, it used to be "thou shalt not murder." You don't murder people. They killed people all the time in the Bible.
Yeah, there's
they had
righteous
wars.
kills.
Absolutely. So you protect your family, and that is your God-given right. That's why we have firearms. That's why we protect with them. When the bad guy comes in your house, they're not going to come in with mace, right? They're going to come in with a firearm. So most of the time, and these gangs that are here, and they're here now. That's MS-13, Latin Kings. There are more than 4,000 of them here. And they are hitting people's neighborhoods hard.
And you probably heard of stories where people come in and make them go to the safe. take me to the safe, right?
That's
what they're doing.
I have stories like that all the time. People come into my store all the time saying, I need a gun because this happened last night. And we're like, oh, okay, you need training first. But, yeah, the stories we hear are ungodly like.
All right, if you want training, you want to visit them, 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. You can see all of Thomas's information there, ffatampa.com, and facebook.com/Florida Guns. I'm telling you, follow him. He's giving out lots of prizes at his events. Christmas in July, lots of great classes. Thomas, thanks for coming in, man.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
All right, hey, another great show. Want to thank you for supporting the program, and please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community, and we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.